Many people believe that being strong means never showing weakness. They think that strength is about standing tall, never breaking, and always being in control. But this idea of strength is an illusion. True strength does not come from pretending we are unshaken. It comes from accepting that we are human, fragile, uncertain, and sometimes afraid. Imagine a tree in a strong storm. If it is too rigid, it will break when the wind is too strong. But if it can bend and sway, it will survive. In the same way, our true strength comes from our ability to be flexible, to allow ourselves to feel, and to grow from those feelings. We often try to hide our struggles from others. We wear a mask of confidence, believing that showing our fears or doubts will make us weak. But in reality, when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we invite growth. We stop wasting energy on pretending and start using it to understand ourselves better. When we admit that we don't have all the answers, we open the door to wisdom. Think about a time in your life when you faced a great difficulty. Perhaps you lost someone you loved, or you failed at something important to you. In those moments, you may have felt weak, but those experiences shaped you. They forced you to reflect, to change, and to learn. Without struggle, we do not grow. Without pain, we do not learn resilience. In Buddhism, we do not see suffering as something to be avoided at all costs. Instead, we see it as something to understand. When we stop resisting pain and instead examine it, we begin to see its lessons. Pain teaches us about impermanence, that nothing lasts forever. It reminds us that we are all connected in our struggles, and it shows us that even in our weakest moments, we are capable of transformation. So, if you feel weak, if you feel uncertain, know that you are not alone. Your vulnerability is not a flaw, it is a doorway. It is the path to true strength, not the opposite of it. The more we accept our human nature, the more unshakable we become. Many of us spend our lives trying to control everything around us. We plan carefully, we set goals, and we try to shape the world to fit our desires. We believe that if we work hard enough, prepare well enough, and think ahead, we can prevent pain and disappointment. But life does not follow our plans. No matter how much we try to control it, unexpected things happen: illness, loss, failure. And when they do, we suffer, not only because of the event itself, but because we believed we could prevent it. This belief in control is an illusion. We never truly control what happens in life. We cannot stop the rain from falling, the seasons from changing, or time from moving forward. We cannot control what others think of us or how they behave. Yet we exhaust ourselves trying to do just that. We worry about the future, replay the past, and fight against the present moment, hoping to shape life according to our wishes. But what if, instead of controlling, we learn to accept? Not in a passive way, not as giving up, but as a deep understanding that life is always changing. Think of a river. If we try to grasp the water, it slips through our fingers. But if we allow it to flow, we can move with it. In the same way, when we stop clinging to control, we find a new kind of strength, the ability to adapt. There is great freedom in letting go of control. It does not mean we stop making efforts. It means we stop resisting life as it is. When things do not go as planned, we do not have to see it as failure. Instead, we can ask, what is this moment teaching me? How can I move forward with wisdom instead of frustration? Some of the greatest lessons in life come from moments we did not choose. A lost job might lead to a new opportunity. A broken relationship might teach us about true love and connection. A failure might become the seed of a new success. These lessons do not come from controlling life. They come from living it fully, even when it is uncertain. The more we let go of our need to control, the more we discover an unshakable peace. We realize that true power is not in controlling the waves, but in learning how to ride them. Pain is something we all try to avoid. When we experience sadness, disappointment, or loss, our first instinct is to push it away. We distract ourselves, deny our feelings, or try to move on quickly. Society teaches us that happiness is the goal and that pain is something to escape. But in doing this, we miss something important. Pain has the power to teach us, to transform us, and to make us stronger. Think about fire. Fire can destroy, but it can also purify. In the same way, pain can feel like destruction, but if we face it, it can refine us. The deepest wisdom often comes from our hardest moments. A person who has never suffered may not truly understand compassion. Someone who has never failed may not fully appreciate success. When we allow ourselves to feel our pain instead of running from it, we gain something valuable: understanding. Many people fear pain because they think it will never end. But nothing in life is permanent, not even suffering. The seasons change, the tides rise and fall, and so do our emotions. When we recognize that pain is temporary, we can sit with it instead of fearing it. We can ask, what is this experience teaching me? Instead of seeing pain as an enemy, we can treat it as a teacher. Imagine a person climbing a mountain. The journey is difficult. Their muscles ache and they feel tired. But with each step, they grow stronger. The struggle is not a sign of weakness. It is part of the process. Life is the same. The challenges we face shape us into who we are. If we avoid every difficulty, we never develop true strength. But if we embrace our struggles with courage, we grow in ways we never imagined. This does not mean we must enjoy suffering. Pain is real, and it is difficult. But we can choose how we respond to it. We can let it make us bitter, or we can let it open our hearts. We can let it break us, or we can let it make us wiser. Every difficult experience holds a lesson, and those who are willing to listen will find something precious: growth, wisdom, and a deeper understanding of life itself. Pain is not the end of the story. It is a doorway. And if we have the courage to walk through it, we will emerge stronger, more compassionate, and more alive than before. Many people believe that to be strong, they must handle everything alone. They hide their struggles, thinking that asking for help is a sign of weakness. They build walls around themselves, fearing that if others see their vulnerabilities, they will be judged or rejected. But true connection, the kind that brings meaning to our lives, can only happen when we allow ourselves to be seen as we truly are. Think of the people you feel closest to. Are they perfect? Or are they the ones who have shared their fears, their struggles, and their dreams with you? When someone is honest about their challenges, we do not see them as weak. Instead, we feel closer to them. We see their courage. We recognize that, like us, they are human. In the same way, when we allow ourselves to be open, we invite real connection. Openness does not mean telling everyone everything. It means having the courage to be honest about who we are. It means allowing trusted people into our lives, letting them see not only our successes, but also our doubts and pains. When we do this, we create space for deeper relationships. We give others permission to be open too. In this way, our vulnerability becomes a bridge, not a burden. Some people fear that if they show their struggles, others will think less of them. But the truth is, people are drawn to authenticity. A person who admits they do not have all the answers is far more relatable than someone who pretends to be perfect. When we are real, we inspire others to be real too. And in that honesty, true connection is born. Life is not meant to be lived alone. We are not separate islands, but part of a greater whole. When we open ourselves to others, we receive support, wisdom, and understanding. And we also give those things in return. Strength is not about never needing help. It is about knowing when to reach out and when to offer a hand to someone else. The strongest relationships are built on trust, and trust is built on honesty. If we want deeper connections in our lives, we must be willing to be seen. We must have the courage to show up as we are, not as we think we should be. And when we do, we will find that true strength is not about standing alone. It is about standing together. Life is unpredictable. No matter how much we plan, things can change in an instant. A sudden illness, the loss of a loved one, an unexpected failure. These moments remind us that nothing is guaranteed. Many people seek security in wealth, status, or achievements, believing that these things will bring stability. But the truth is, the external world will always be uncertain. If we tie our peace to things outside of us, we will always be at the mercy of change. Real peace does not come from controlling life. It comes from learning to be steady within ourselves. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm. If we fight against the wind, we will exhaust ourselves. But if we stand firm, accepting the wind as part of nature, we will not be shaken so easily. In the same way, when we stop resisting uncertainty and instead learn to be at peace with it, we find a new kind of strength. One way to cultivate inner peace is through awareness. When we are caught in fear or stress, we often live in the past or the future. We regret what has happened, or we worry about what might come. But life is only ever happening in the present moment. When we bring our attention to where we are right now, to the breath, to the sensations of the body, to the world around us, we begin to see that in this moment we are okay. The mind may create fears, but reality is often much simpler than our thoughts. Another way to find peace is through acceptance. This does not mean giving up or ignoring problems. It means recognizing that life is constantly changing, and that is okay. When we stop resisting change, we can move with life instead of against it. Just as the ocean has calm waves and strong waves, life will bring both ease and difficulty. The key is not to fight the waves, but to learn how to float. Uncertainty will always be a part of life. But when we learn to stay grounded in the present, when we accept that change is natural, we no longer have to live in fear. We discover that peace is not something we must search for outside of us. It is something we can cultivate within, no matter what is happening around us. And when we do, we become like a mountain, unmoved by the shifting winds of the world, embracing vulnerability, letting go of control, learning from pain, opening ourselves to others, and finding inner peace. These are not just ideas, they are ways of living. But knowing these truths is not enough. We must put them into practice. True wisdom is not in what we understand, but in how we live each day. Courage does not mean being fearless. It means choosing to act, even when we feel afraid. Every day, we face choices, whether to be honest about our struggles, whether to accept change, whether to let go of our need to control. These choices are not always easy, but they shape who we become. The more we practice living with openness and trust, the stronger we grow. Wisdom is not something that comes all at once. It grows slowly through experience. When we face difficulties, we have a choice: to close ourselves off or to remain open, to resist or to learn, to fear or to trust. The path of wisdom is choosing to stay open, even when life is uncertain. It is understanding that every experience, good or bad, is a teacher. In this moment, you might be facing struggles of your own. Perhaps you are dealing with loss, uncertainty, or fear. If so, remember this: you are not alone. Every human being, no matter where they are in life, faces their own challenges. And every challenge carries within it the potential for growth. Strength is not about never falling. It is about getting up each time we do. Peace is not about controlling life. It is about finding steadiness within ourselves. And wisdom is not about having all the answers. It is about continuing to ask the right questions. As you move forward, remember that true strength is found in vulnerability. When we embrace life fully, including its uncertainties, its pains, and its changes, we find a kind of strength that is unshakable. We learn that we do not need to fear life's challenges, because each one is shaping us into who we are meant to become. Live with courage, walk with wisdom, and trust that even in your most vulnerable moments, you are growing stronger. Life is a continuous journey, not a destination. Along the way, we face challenges that test us, moments of doubt that make us question ourselves, and experiences that remind us how fragile we truly are. But through each of these, we also find opportunities to grow, to deepen our understanding, and to become stronger, not by resisting life, but by embracing it fully. Vulnerability is not something to be feared. It is a doorway to true strength. When we let go of the need to appear perfect, we free ourselves to live authentically. When we stop fighting against the uncertainties of life, we discover peace. When we accept pain as a teacher, we gain wisdom. And when we open ourselves to others, we find deeper connections that bring true meaning to our lives. Each person walks their own path, but no one walks alone. We are all connected through our joys and our struggles. By living with courage and honesty, we not only transform ourselves, but also inspire those around us. Even small acts, choosing to be honest, offering kindness, or simply being present, can create waves of change, both within us and in the world. As you reflect on these ideas, I hope they bring you something meaningful. Whether it is a new perspective, a moment of peace, or a gentle reminder that you are not alone, may these words stay with you in whatever way is helpful to you. I also want to take a moment to express my sincere gratitude to those who have taken the time to watch, to listen, and to share your thoughts. Thank you. Your support, whether through a like, a comment, a subscription, or even a super thanks, means a great deal. Knowing that these words have reached you and resonated in some way is truly appreciated. May your path be one of wisdom, courage, and deep understanding. And may you continue to grow stronger through each step you take, embracing life with an open heart. And